Hi, second grade. Okay, we are going to be working on chapter 6, lesson 3 today. So I need you to turn to page 364, chapter 6, lesson 3. Yesterday, we learned how to use those simple addition facts that we know to add hundreds, right? Our new goal is to learn how to start adding 3-digit numbers. Okay, today we're going to be thinking more in our heads, mentally adding these numbers together. Okay, so to add 10 or 100, think of addition facts you know, and then mentally add 100 to it. Okay, so if they're looking at this first one, 215 plus 100. I know that 2 plus 1 is 3. And then I'm just going to carry down my 1 and my 5 because I know 5 plus 0 is 5 and 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, so over here they got that same thing. So let's look at the next one. They're going to mentally add 10. I really like to start in the ones place and just add down if you can't mentally do it in your head. Okay, if you can mentally do it in your head and you know, then that's great. But if you can't, then you're just going to add the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds. And I'm going to show you both ways. So the first way is to just mentally know that 250 plus 10 is me adding 10 more to the tens place. So I know that that's 260, right? Or you can start with adding down the ones place. 0 plus 0 is 0. Then you add the tens place. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then you add the hundreds place. 2 plus 0 is 2. So if you know mentally in your head what it is, great, you can just write it today. But if you don't know and you're struggling, then you want to start with the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. Okay? Let's go down and try a couple together. So add number 1. I'm going to mentally add 450 plus 100 in my head. If you mentally know how to do that, that's great. Just go ahead and do 4 plus 1 is 5 and bring down your 5 and your 0. But if you don't, then you want to start with your ones place. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So I added 100 to 450. Now I'm going to mentally add number 2. 630 plus 10. Well, I know that 3 plus 1 is 4. And then I just bring my other two numbers down. Number 3, I'm going to do my ones place, my tens place, and our hundreds place on this one. I'm going to rotate back and forth. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Then I go to my tens place. 0 plus 0 is 0. Then I go to my hundreds place. 8 plus 1 is 9. Now I'm going to mentally add number 4. Okay? 115 plus 10. I know that 1 plus 1 is 2. And then I'm just going to bring down my other two numbers. So 115 plus 10 is 125. Number 5, I'm going to go with my ones place, my tens place, and my hundreds place. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And 5 plus 0 is 5. If that way works better for you, great. Do it that way. Okay, that way seems simpler to me. But if you can mentally do this in your head, then you can do it that way too. Look at number 6. I'm going to mentally add this one. Okay, so I know that 2 plus 1 is 3. So therefore, I know that 237 plus 100 is 337. Let's do 2 more together. 727 plus 100. So if you can't mentally do this in your head, then you're going to want to write that problem out like they did above. So 327 plus 100. Add your ones place first. 7 plus 0 is 7. Then your tens place. 2 plus 0 is 2. And then your hundreds place. 3 plus 1 is 4. Number 8, I'm just going to mentally add in my head. 755 plus 10. I know if I go up by 10, that answer is 765. Basically, it's just skip counting up by 10 or skip counting up by 100 if you do it that way. You can do it mentally in your head, which is really great to start doing. Or if you can't handle that yet and you want to write it down and take it ones, tens, and hundreds, you can do that too. Talk math. Why is it easy to mentally add 10 or 100? It's easy because you have those zeros in there, and they make it easier to add because we know 5 plus 0 is 5. Anything plus 0 is itself. So that's why adding mentally with 10 and 0 makes it 100, or makes it easy. But also it makes it easy because we know how to skip count by those numbers, right? Okay. If you're ready, you guys can go on to the next page. I'm going to show you what you're going to be doing. I'm going to count to 10, and then I'll go on to the next page too. Okay, you will be on your own to do the independent practice, okay? The first 9 are just like we practiced above. These ones can be a little harder, okay? You're trying to find the missing add-in. I recommend that you look for numbers that are changing. So number 18, it says 392 plus question mark equals 492. So what place value in these numbers is changing? Well, the place number that's changing is the hundreds. So then I know that I'm going to add 100. And number 19, that one's a little different because it's telling you're adding by 10. So that means that my answer is 825, but I've added 10 to this number to make it 825. That means I need to go backwards by 10. So my answer would be 815. Okay, so this one, number 20, you're going to look for what place value is changing, and that'll help you answer it. 21, you're going to look for what place value is changing, and that will help you answer it. 22, you're going to have to go backwards by this number. And 23, you're going to have to go backwards by this number to get your answers. Just some helpful hints, because I know that can be kind of tricky. All right, let's go on to our word problems. So you should be on page 366. I'm going to do number 25 with you and number 27 with you. And then you're going to be on your own to do 26 and write math. So number 25. 448 birds are in the park. 100 more birds fly into the park. How many birds are in the park now? So we're going to take 448, and they added, because they told us more birds flew into the park. If you can mentally add it, great. If not, just add down. 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 0 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So your answer is 548 birds. You're going to do number 26 on your own. A mail carrier delivered 352 packages last month. She delivered 10 more packages last week. How many packages in all? 350, 10 more. In all is our ding ding word. It tells us to add. Okay. Let's go look at our brain builder. So you're going to come back for 26. 27. There are 112 sheep in a barn. More sheep come into the barn, but we don't know how many. Now there are 122 sheep. How many sheep came into the barn? So this is my mystery problem. So I have 112 sheep. Some more came in, but we don't know how many. That's our mystery. And now there are 122 in the barn. So how many came into the barn? Well, let's look at those two numbers. What place value is changing? This is the place value of 10. So that tells us that it went up by 10. So our missing number is 10. 10 more came into the barn. And how do we know? Because our number was going up by 10. Right, math, you're going to explain how to add 100 plus 899. So 100 to 899. So you are going to go work on 365 all by yourself. The rest of 366 are 2-word problems and your homework. All right. See you tomorrow, second grade. Great job. Let your teacher know if you have any questions.